am lazy, okay? Instead of it taking me 30 minutes to get ready every day, it takes me about an hour and a half because I spend just 30 minutes in the shower, okay? So, but I told y'all the reason I'm here in this yellow chair because I don't want y'all to think I'm just going to be here complaining about my pregnancy, because I am very, very thankful and just blessed and fortunate that I'm able to have children, okay? And so it's something that I definitely don't take for granted. But I told y'all I was going to tell y'all, we've been doing this almost 2.5 years. And congratulations to us. We just went viral. This was our most successful month out of all the stories we've done. You guys know that I don't typically jump on like trending stories per se, unless I get something, exclusive from a source or whatever. But this month was just amazing. Like, this was our most successful month. I mean, in 1 week, almost a week and a half, we've gotten 50,000 subscribers so far this month in total, and the month is not over with. 65,000 subscribers, and everything is pretty much due to our R.Kelly coverage, okay? Y'all know I caught so much shit trying to keep a black man down and just, everything, the whole nine. I'm an agent, just a part of the agenda to take down these celebrities. And so, but now that everything that I have reported on has basically come to pass, and every news outlet out there is telling us the stories that I've told for the last year and a half. Congratulations to us, okay? But I want to tell y'all this, because I think with all the R.Kelly coverage going on, I think it's time for me to share my personal, the worst, I keep saying my personal, the worst R.Kelly story lead that I've ever followed up on, but it didn't make it to the channel because it was the worst, okay? Even though it was funny, because of the parties involved, I just didn't want to, it was exploitation. Granted, I'm in the business of exploitation, but this was just, it was too much, okay? So before we get started in this little story time, this video is brought to you by my favorite app, Ask Herbie, okay? They talking shit about me right now on the app. Take a look.
There is now a place where you can get advice and discuss your favorite celebrities all anonymously. Introducing Ask Herbie. It's easy to get started. Just download the free app, pick a category, and join a community of friends. So, what are you waiting for? Download the free app on your Android or iPhone today.
It starts here, okay? Because every journalist, I'm not a journalist, I'm a blogger, but every blogger, every entertainer, anyone that hunts down stories or does stories always has that worst story. The story that you just never thought would have turned out to be what it was. And this one was probably the icing on the cake for me. I almost, anyway, let me tell the story. So, I get a email from one of the winos. Shout out to all the winos that send me the emails. They say, hey, this particular person is blasting on Facebook, okay? And this is dealing with R.Kelly, okay? And so I'm choosing to leave his identity out because he is mentally ill, okay? And that's not something I want to make fun of, but I want to tell this story, okay? I think it needs to be told. So I follow up on the lead, okay? I head over to Facebook and I see this person blasting some people that are associated with R. Kelly. And so, I jump in the inbox and his messenger. Ooh, my stomach growling. Did y'all hear that? Jesus. And I just ate. Okay. So I jump in the inbox and I said, hey, this is Tasha K. What's going on? And so I said, here's my number. Don't share it. But then I saw the way he was blasting. He was putting up medical records. He was putting up pictures. He was putting up just private conversations and everything about what was going on between him and this person that was associated with R. Kelly, basically saying that they were, he wanted to die, all kind of stuff on Facebook. And so I dropped him my number, but I said, you know what? Let me just see if he reaches out. And if he personally reaches out, I'm going to give him my number. So I hit, unsend just in case he blasted my number across social media. I was like, we ain't about to have that shit. So he gets right back. 3 minutes later, he gets right back. He's in Messenger. He's like, hey, here's my number. So I ended up calling him. So I get on the phone with him. I kid you not. Now I'm pregnant. This just recently happened. I'm pregnant. I can't, have a lot of stress around. But, I'm on the phone with him and I'm like, hey, this is Tasha K. I'm following up on a story that you're blasting on Facebook. I kind of want to get an idea. I've been covering this. He's like, I know who you are. And then he just starts crying. Grown man. He's like, I don't want to live here. I don't want to live no more. I'm about to end it all. And I was like, hold up. What do you mean you're about to end it all? He said, I'm about to die right now. I said, listen, so I'm sitting here, my husband's asleep and I'm trying to wake him up. I'm like, yo, get up. Like this dude is talking about he about to kill himself. And I'm, laying in the bed, pregnant woman, unclothed, things like that. So I'm just like, what in the hell did I just stumble across? Okay. So I did not expect him to get on the phone and be suicidal. So I literally had to wake my husband up. I said, hey, can you get 911 on the phone? It was in another state. I said, this man is on the phone basically saying he's about to end it all. So I started talking to him. I've watched some movies in the past on how to deal with suicidal, people. And, I started asking him things about, how many kids he had. He said he had 9 children with 9 different women, not 9 different women, but a few different women. And I asked him, just a bunch of other stuff like, is he married? He said, yes, he was at his third wife's house then. And I'm like, well, what are you doing? Like, why is she not calling 911? Why are you on the phone with me talking about you're about to end it all? And I'm not going to let this guy off the phone. So I'm like, okay, listen, just stay here. And I'm signaling my husband. I'm like, 911, 911. So, I'm having to kind of coach him because he don't know what's going on. All he hear is, I'm going to kill myself. I'm about to end it all. And I'm like, not on my time, not on my watch. Okay, you are not about to kill yourself on my time. Not today. Okay, I didn't call here for this. Okay, I called here for a story. I didn't ask for all this. Okay. But like I said, when you following up on stories, you just never know what you're going to get. But this was just the icing on the cake. So I ended up managing to calm him down. I said, hey, I need your mother's number. Because he said his mother, if anything happened to him, if he decided to kill himself, his mother has information that I would need or any reporter would need in order to kind of blow this whole case open. He swore up and down this was R.Kelly's people that was after him. I honestly thought it because the person he was associated with has a record this long. And I was just like, maybe he's onto something. Maybe he's really scared, and this was after the documentary aired. So I said, listen, I'm going to call your mother. I want you to stay by the phone. Okay. Listen, I believe you. Trust me. I know how this person is, that you're associated with R.Kelly, that's associated with R.Kelly. So please will you give me 10 minutes before you think about doing anything to yourself? So he said yes. So I ended up calling his mother. His mother said, yes, she has the information. And I said, well, he's at his third wife's house. The reason I got him off the phone is because I was trying to get an address from him to give to my husband to give to 911 so 911 could show up, okay? Now, this man is bipolar. He is manic depressive. And so I can understand why he would probably have suicidal thoughts or thoughts about, just ending it all when shit just hits the fan, especially dealing with one of the biggest stories ever now in media. So I understood the pressure that comes with that. A lot of people aren't built for this. I'm built for this. I don't care if you send all the death threats and shit you want. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going to be in my house chilling, me and Taddy. Right, Taddy? Right. So I called his mother. I said, hey, he says he's at his third wife's house. He didn't give me the address correctly. They said it's missing a number. She said, well, okay, well, let me give you the third wife's number. I said, okay. So I ended up calling his third wife. And I get on the phone with her and she's pregnant. Okay, now she's probably gonna see this video. Congratulations, she's due in April. And I just felt bad for her. So I immediately just kind of, got out of reporter mode, got out of suicide prevention mode. And I'm like, hey, you gotta wear different hats when you're dealing with different people, especially when they're in different stages of their life, depending on what they got going on. So I get on the phone with the wife. She's like, hey, I'm pregnant. I'm doing April. I'm like, hey, congratulations. I said, look, this is the last thing I want to call you about and stress you out about, especially with you being pregnant. I said, what is going on with your husband? He claims he's at your house and I have my husband on the phone with 911 in your state, because we're in a different state. And he's claiming he's going to kill himself. And I said, his mother is very worried as well. She has the folder and the information pertaining to R.Kelly because she thinks that it is R.Kelly's people that is after this, your husband. And she said, no. I said, well, what's going on? She said, R. Kelly, listen, she said, yes, he is associated with R. Kelly's team, okay? Yes, everything that he's saying about this person that he thinks is after him is true. She said, but that's not why he's trying to kill himself. That's not why he's on, Facebook blasting everybody and trying to, say that they're after him. She says, that's the lie he told me. She said, I confronted him this morning with pictures and messages from a transgender woman. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay. And so I'm like signaling my husband, hold on now, hold on, And so she's like, and so I approached him this morning because I'm pregnant, we're married, and, we have a kid together already. And the transgender got on the phone with me and, she called me and told me that she told my husband that she was transgender. And he sent, after the transgender told her that, she was transgender, that he's still after knowing, because he's a married man, has been married to somebody in R. Kelly's camp as well. Okay. So he's very well connected. Okay. To this R. Kelly story. And he has a lot of valuable information, but unfortunately I can't take it because of his mental condition and things like that. And so, she says that I got pictures and text messages of him, sending his, pictures of his peen and everything to this transgender. And so this transgender has been trying to get blogs to pick up the story. And so he's now associating this with his affiliation with R. Kelly's people and being that he has this information on this one particular person. But that's why he's suicidal, is because his ass is embarrassed. She said, if you go to his Facebook page right now, you will see him arguing back and forth with a transgender who goes by the name, it starts with a T. So I was just like, told my husband, hang up the phone. Hang up the phone. So I'm thinking, R. Kelly's people is really after this dude. He's like about to lose his mind. She said, and by the way, his wife said this. And by the way, in the midst of him telling me that he's about to end it all, he doesn't care about his kids, anything like that. He just wants to go. She said, and by the way, she said, he beat me this morning. And I said, oh. You pregnant and he beat you? She said, yes, he beat me. And so I confronted him about everything that the transgender brought to me. And now he's trying to blame it on this person who's affiliated with R. Kelly that he was with for many, many years. And she said, yes, all that stuff is true, but this ain't got nothing to do with that. He's trying to cover up being embarrassed in our hometown. She said, so I just called my people, my father. She said, because I'm a minister, I have a church, and to have this kind of information come out, and I'm a minister, I'm pregnant, and my husband is engaging in other activities outside of the marriage. She said, I don't care anymore. He can do what he wants to do. She said, but he's narcissistic, he's manic, depressed, he's manic, and he's bipolar. She said, so no, he's just trying to play the victim because I have all this information, and he's trying to keep this woman from going public. And so he's trying to blame it on R. Kelly's camp that they set him up. But no, they didn't set him up because they ain't got nothing to do with this. This is somebody that we know personally in our town. And regardless of her, and everybody knows that she's transgender, but he decided to still engage with her. I don't know if they had sex, but I do know they sent naked pictures, things of each other to each other. So no, he's just damn embarrassed. And so hearing that, and I'm in a state of shock, like, what the hell did this just turn into? So I was like, well, ma'am, listen, I'm sorry about bothering you. I don't even know what to say. You being pregnant, having a church, all this stuff, and all of this is coming out. And then on top, I call you because I'm a blogger following up on a story, and then you tell me this, and my heart just went out to her. But when I really had to think back on, and I thought this was an interesting story to bring y'all, because going after these particular stories that are as big as the R. Kelly stories, any other stories that I've done on the channel, you just never know what you're gonna get. But that particular story right there, I just never thought the rabbit hole would lead to that. And so, I make a long story short, I end up cutting off a communication with the guy. He was trying to call me, and I sent him well, before I cut off communication, I sent him a text message and said, hey, you should really talk to your wife. And he was like, she doesn't care about me. She doesn't care about me. And I was like, well, she sounded like she cared about you. She don't want you kind of out here in this mess. But I ended up cutting off conversation with him. And, right now, as we speak, he's still on, social media blasting this person that he was with for a very long time to try to cover up him, getting caught cheating with a transgender. So yeah, and when I got off the phone to tell my husband, he was just like, what the fuck? Just like, I was like, who would have known? And so, listen, I did find out that the trans is trying to shop the story.
That's the R.Kelly in the closet.
That's the R.Kelly in the closet. He said that's the R.Kelly in the closet saga series. That's exactly how it ended. And I forgot to mention that. That's why I wanted to come on here and tell the story, because it was one of those situations. Like, it kind of just like, wait a minute, where am I going? You go from killing yourself to R.Kelly's people trying to kill you, and just, your ex-wife don't care about you. And then now this is the real reason. I'm like, oh, I'm like, this is, I love my job. I love my job. You guys don't understand how much I love this. I love stories. I love, just hearing of people's stories. And even though it was funny, it's still sad, but it was funny as hell. So, and I did hear, because I know I got off track a little bit, but I did hear that the transgender is trying to shop the stories with bloggers. I'm not taking it because, like I said, there are just a few in the community that are just malicious, and she is trying to shop this story. So if you do hear it, I'm not releasing any names or pictures and things like that, because, like I said, the woman has kids and stuff like that. I'm not about to do that. No. Regardless of what y'all hear about me, I do have a heart, okay? So much so, I got stuff on Queen Naja right now, man. Have I dropped it? No, she's with child. I'm not doing that, okay? Now, when the baby get a little older, I'll drop it, okay? So, Clarence, you need to be careful. I got receipts on you, okay? But my word is everything out here in these streets. But if you do end up hearing the story from this transgender woman, she's basically trying to gain clout off of this whole R.Kelly saga, because she's connected to it, and her being in relations with someone who was with one of R.Kelly's women for a very long time. This just kind of gives her a big name. So, yeah, that is pretty much the worst story that I've ever followed up on pertaining to R.Kelly or anything of that matter. So, okay, so this video is also brought to you by Carmarshal. All right, if you are shopping for a car, because I know it's tax time, y'all getting your little tax money, you moving, going to get some clothes, and going to buy some cash cars, I hope, okay? Please visit the link below this video, okay? You'll see me pin it in the comment section as well as in the description box. All you got to do is follow that link. They're going to ask you about, what zip code you're in and what type of car you're looking for. And Carmarshal will do the car searching for you. Okay. Over 100,000 new and used cars, bad credit, good credit, no credit at all. Okay. They don't discriminate, especially when it comes to them tax checks. If we getting them, are we getting them with the government shutdown? I don't know. Okay. Link is below. Carmarshal. All right, so you guys know that I am affiliated with the tasting room. And so for those of you guys that want to expand your wine tasting palette, okay, you got to want to up your wine tasting game out here in these streets. All right, what you're going to do is visit the link below this video in the description box as well as in the comment section. When you visit the link, they're going to ask you 3 simple questions about what you like. How much is this right now? And for $6.95, you're going to get your first starter kit based off of what you enter into their database, and you tell them what you like, how you like your fruit, your coffee, and things like that. And for $6.95, they're going to send you 6 little bottles of mini wines. Now, this is a wine membership, like a wine club, okay? And so if you like it, all of the selections that they choose, of course, you can tell that I'm a red girl. So they sent me selections based off of being a red girl. I wish that I got this wine right now, but I can't. And a couple of whites. they're going to curate bottles of wine from all over the world, okay, from vineyards from all over the world, and they're going to mail them to your door, okay, for a low price every single month, okay? You don't have to go out, buy wines, and these are wines that you can offer guests and things like that for $6.95. The link is below this video as well as in the description box, okay? The tasting room. I'm personally a member, okay? Here we go. All right, so thank you all so much for listening, okay? If you like this video, subscribe. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat at unwinewithtashak. I also have a second channel, okay, called Tasha K's Future Podcast. It's a YouTube channel. That's where my podcast is going to be. We're going to start auditioning here for talent here for that podcast, okay? That's going to be coming soon in the next few months. And hell, if you didn't like this video, you can still subscribe anyway just so you could cuss my ass out. Not that I'm going to really give a damn anyway, right, Teddy? Okay, it does good for the numbers. Bye.